Next, I'd like to talk about ease of carrying and ease of deployment. Both of these Olights are designed in the same way. They have this clip on here that's removable. It's on there solidly, but you can remove it if needed. And you can put it in your pocket a couple of different ways. You can put it on the outside like that, and I think that's actually how it's meant to be carried. And the reason I say that is when it's in your pocket like this, it's easy to grab and pull it out, and you got your thumb on the tail switch, okay? So that's pretty cool. If you put it on the inside of your pocket, you can still grab it, but you got to fiddle with it a little bit more before you can get to the switch. One thing that Olight did a good job of was the design of this clip. It stays in place quite well. And I think that's because they put this little dimple here in the clip, and that's just another place that'll grab onto the fabric. Okay? But there's something about both of these Olights that concerns me. And that's how they're oriented in the pocket, okay? Look, I got this in my pocket, inside or on the outside, and this is pointed up. And that creates two potential problems. You see how the lens is exposed. Now the bezel is raised, so that does protect the lens, but let's say if you're carrying something, you have something in your hand, you could come down and scratch or perhaps break your lens there. The other thing, and I think this is a major problem with this design, is if this is in your pocket, keep in mind this head was designed to hurt somebody, right? It's a defensive tool. But if this is in your pocket, it could easily hurt you. See? I could come down and bang! Ah! The other thing is, when this is on your pocket, you know, it looks kind of threatening, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. Good if you're, you know, trying to present yourself as somebody in need of, to be, you know, wary of, because they have a defensive tool. But it could also catch the attention of somebody if you're in an area that, you know, is sensitive to weapons being present. And if, like, you were to go on an airplane with this, you know, they might see this and say, yeah, I don't know, we might have to hold on to it. I saw another video where they unscrewed the top bezel, the top part of the bezel, but I can't get it off of this one. It's tight. It's pretty tight, and I just don't want to mess with it. So overall, easy to put in your pocket. It will stay securely in there. I think it's best designed to be stored on the outside so that you can grab it and use it. But I'm concerned about the lens pointing upward and the potential for hurting yourself if you're carrying it on your waist. Okay, in terms of ease of carrying and ease of deployment, this has a clip like the Olights. What's different though is that the clip is oriented in the opposite direction. It's pointing towards the lens. So when I put this in my pocket, or of course you could attach it to a belt, when I pull this out, I've got my thumb right on the tail cap, and I like that. It makes it easier to get instant light. You know, the same is true if it's tucked in this way. One thing that concerns me just a little bit about the Nitecore is this clip doesn't hold on to fabric quite as well. I mean, it's not going to just fall out of your pocket, but it doesn't sit quite as securely as the Olight models. Okay. Now, it comes with this holster, and this is sort of a woven nylon. And it's pretty well made. And yeah, of course you connect it to your belt. And personally, I wouldn't carry mine this way because I have a desk job and it would look funny if I had this on me. But you certainly could, and it wouldn't look that terrible. Now, the EagleTac has a clip that's oriented the same way. So you can also put it in your pocket. And when you deploy it, your thumb is right on that button. So that's really nice. It's easy to get access to that light right away. The holster that the EagleTac comes with is very nice. It has sort of a semi-hard shell. It holds its form wonderfully. You have to put, or I think you're supposed to at least put this in with the lens up, and then you snap this closed. It's going to be a little bit harder to get it out, in a quick manner and use it, but I think with practice it wouldn't be a problem. So this holster, being as nice as it is probably one reason you're paying more for the EagleTac. One other thing I'd like to say, these Olights are marketed, particularly the Striker, as a defensive tool because of the head and how it's shaped. But all these flashlights have, metal bezels, and these could be used as defensive tools. I mean, it's going to hurt if you get hit with this thing. And someone might say, well, gosh, I might crack or scratch my lens. But on the offhand chance that you had to use this to defend yourself, who gives a darn about, if you mess up your lens? I mean, the point is you're safe, right? So I don't hold it against these that they don't have this these gnarly heads. The other thing, as I said before, I actually like the smooth head. It's not going to hurt me as much. Well, let me take that back. When this is in your pocket, the surface here on both of these, it's not going to hurt quite as much as these gnarly heads here. One other thing I want to point out about ease of employment, these two models can be set on their tail and they'll stand up. Say if you want to shoot light up towards the ceiling. These two models, you can't do that because you've got this end cap that doesn't have anything protruding from it to allow this to stand. In my opinion, that's another strike against the Olights.